everyone. I recently posted on social media that my daughter Eva was having trouble falling asleep by herself and staying asleep all night. She's normally a great sleeper, but something has definitely changed. And my goodness, I got so many responses from my followers saying you're going through the same thing. So Alana is back, and this time we're talking about how the pandemic may be affecting how our kids are sleeping. Alana, this is new territory for me. Eva was the baby that put herself to sleep and the toddler that would go to her room when she was ready for a nap. So these days, I don't really know what's happening. So can we talk a little bit about that?
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to start off by saying this. As you know, you're not alone in all those responses that you got. So many parents right now are struggling with their kids' sleep in the past year. Listen, our kids are going through it with us. They've had to adapt a lot this year, right? So they have their own stressors, they have their own concerns and worries with this pandemic. And kids with anxiety, we're definitely seeing the issues at bedtime and with them not being able to sleep now more than ever.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at what some of the causes might be for them. You say all the changes with school has got to be disruptive, right?
You know, whether your child is doing full-time remote or whether your child is in person, you know, with our in-person kids, there's been a lot of back and forth with lockdown. So there's those, stresses and those worries of, how much longer will we be in school? Will we be locked down again? Will I be able to hand in my assignments on time? Will I be able to communicate still with my friends and with my teachers? And with that increase in online school, we're seeing a decrease in physical activity. And again, getting outside, I really can't stress the importance of outdoor physical activity. Adults and kids should be getting at least 30 minutes of vigorous activity per day, about 150 per week. Again, that's going to help build that strong drive of sleep in our kids as well. And then, like I said, they're going through those same uncertainty and fears that we are. Am I going to get sick? When will this be over? Will my parents, will my teachers get sick? When will we be able to see our grandparents? There's a lot of uncertainty in this past year, and it's affecting our kids and their sleep for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely taking it in, regardless of how much we want to try and shield them from it. So give us some tips on how parents can help.
I think it's great to start with just a great overall structure. We know that our kids thrive off of routine. So start having more consistent routine, and a great place to start with that is at bedtime and having that consistent bedtime routine. Having a consistent bedtime routine really allows for more parental engagement. So we're really able to start those conversations, right? And kind of suss out if there is really anything going on with them in terms of just worry, if it's a bigger issue like anxiety or stress. And we're able to set those limits and boundaries if we have to at bedtime. And don't just have consistent routine just at bedtime, but maybe bring it into the everyday. This pandemic has definitely brought in inconsistency in overall routine. So consistent meal times, again, coming back to that consistent physical activity time and getting outside.
Okay, one thing that you suggested and I thought was great was a joint journal. So, both parents and kids have to be managing their stress levels, and there are things that you can be doing together. I think a shared journal is a great idea. Tell us more about that one.
Right, so a shared journal is something that I've used with a lot of my clients. I've actually also used it with my daughter, and this can be something that you can use during that bedtime routine to kind of use it as a bridge for that communication, right? So basically what a shared journal is it's a journal that your child knows that you will read. Sometimes they want to tell us what's going on in their lives, but it's hard for them to discuss it and just bring it up. So they can write out what's going on in their world. It could be something at school, with friends, maybe at home. They know you're going to read it. And again, it acts as that bridge of communication between your child and yourself, that you can start opening up those conversations during that bedtime routine. Something that I've used with my own son, he has trouble kind of quieting his mind a little bit at night, is choosing a better story. So when something gets stuck in their brain, it could be something like a scary monster, it could be something going on in their lives. Let's reframe that. Let's get a better story going on. So, what do you want your birthday cake? What do you want your birthday cake to look like? Or if you're going away on a trip, once we can start traveling again, where do you want to go on your next family trip? So choosing a better story to help them fall asleep a lot better at night.
And finally, you say, we as parents, we've got to manage our stress, because that is sort of coming out on our kids and they're internalizing it, right?
Right. Our kids are really perceptive. They're picking up on our energy. So as parents, using a lot of the tools we talked about today, Choose something that helps you manage your own stress. There's a reason why would they say, you know, we've got to put those oxygen masks on first, and we have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of our family as well.
The thing I love about you, Alana, is that in that post I said, I'm just sleeping with my daughter. I'll get up and I go into her bed with her. And instead of being judgmental, which is, I don't think what any of us parents need any more of that, you said, do what you need to do. And there's so much satisfaction hearing that from a sleep specialist. So thank you for that. And so for the parents that are watching, do what you need to do and incorporate Alana's tips in as you can, but please take the judgment off of yourself. We're all doing the best that we can. Really great info there for all of us parents. Thanks for that, Alana.